Holyoke College in South Hadley, Massachusetts, and Syracuse University in Syracuse, New York, the National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Good Housekeeping Magazine, presents the College Quiz Bowl. Tonight, Syracuse University is out to challenge the varsity scholars from Mount Holyoke College, the school that returns to the College Quiz Bowl for the third straight week. And now, here in Radio City, New York, is your master of the quiz, Alan Ludden.
Hi there, everybody. It's good to have you with us for another intercollegiate battle of the brains. Tonight, Mount Holyoke College, having beaten the all-male teams from Colgate University and Hamilton College, is up against a co-educational quartet from Syracuse. Now, let's get along with the game and meet the teams. First, we're going up to South Hadley, Massachusetts, where Bruce Kern of station WTIC, Hartford, Connecticut, is on hand to referee for the Mount Holyoke College team. Are you there, Bruce?
Right here, Alan, and so's the Mount Holyoke College team. Here they are to say hello.
Betsy Winters, Summit, New Jersey.
Mara Mullins, Birmingham, Alabama.
Barbara Clickstein, Medford, Massachusetts.
Ellen Richards, Sao Paulo, Brazil.
All right, there you have the new college football champions from Mount Holyoke College in South Hadley, Massachusetts. Now let's leave Massachusetts and go way upstate to Syracuse, New York, where Bob Whitney of station WSYR Syracuse is standing by to referee for the Syracuse University team. Bob, tell us about Syracuse.
I sure will, Alan, and I'd like to warn the Mount Holyoke girls right now that our Syracuse team here is the same team that racked up 4 straight victories at the end of last season and the beginning of this season here in the College Quiz Bowl. Here they are to reintroduce themselves.
Charles Samuels, Brooklyn, New York.
Sally Kotorski, Buffalo, New York.
Arlene Yar, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Bob Chisholm, Syracuse, New York.
All right, now we've met both teams. Before Roger Tuttle explains our rules, may I point out that we recognize the fact that here in the College Quiz Bowl, we're putting the emphasis on a quick recall of specific facts. But we're also trying to give you an opportunity to meet a few of the many versatile personalities we found today on every American campus. Now, how about the rules, Roger?
Right, Alan, and here they are. Alan Ludden asks the toss-up question worth 10 points. And the first team to signal it knows the answer gets a chance to answer it. When Syracuse University signals, you'll hear... And when Mount Holyoke College signals, you'll hear... By means of a special electronic selector, the team which signals first, even by a split second, activates its light here in New York City and makes it impossible for the other team's light to flash. If a team gives a wrong answer to the toss-up question, the other team is given a chance to answer it. And whichever team gives the right answer gets a bonus question worth a stated number of points. The team with the most points at the end of the game is the winner and will return next week to defend its title here in the College Quiz Bowl. Okay, Alan?
Okay, now remember, teams, you may interrupt a toss-up question before I've finished asking it, but if you do and your answer's wrong, your team's going to be penalized 5 points, and I'll have to repeat the question, giving the other team a free crack at it. Okay, those are the rules, and that's the opening whistle, so let's go. The first bonus question tonight is worth 30 points. Here's the toss-up that might get it for you. Dr. Grimesby Roylott tried it. Colonel Sebastian Moran tried it. Irene Adler tried it. Professor Moriarty tried it. For 10 points, what did they try to do? Holyoke.
Betsy Winters.
They tried to kill Sherlock Holmes.
Accept it, Mr. McGregor? All right, you got it for 10 points. You still are to outwit Sherlock Holmes. Irene Adler was the one who succeeded. Okay, all right, Mount Holyoke, you got a 30-point bonus question. This is a question, and it's very proper for you ladies. It's about wives of presidents. For 10 points apiece, with what first lady do you associate each of the following? First, a disastrous fire.
Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison, wife of James, who fled Washington, was burned in the year 1812. All right. A corncob pipe.
Oh, Rachel Jackson.
Right, wife of Andrew. All right. A glass of lemonade.
Harrison, Mrs. Harrison. Dolly Harrison. Miss Benjamin. Mary Todd Lincoln.
No, I'm sorry. I will not.
Henry Harrison.
No, I do not give you that 10 points. Lucy Webb Hayes, wife of Rutherford Hayes, because of her strong prohibitionist feelings, she was properly called Lemonade Lucy. All right, we got a 30-point bonus coming up. Here is your toss-up. Robert Jenkins is remembered not for his keen eye or his swift intelligence or his strong right arm, but for what? Holyoke.
Was it his ear?
I'll accept it, but you asked me.
The War of Jenkins, it's the War of Jenkins' ear.
It was his ear. It was his ear for which he was famous. Okay, 10 points, Holyoke. You got a chance at a 30-point musical bonus. Not musical, a 30-point bonus. Here we go. I'm going to read the closing lines of 3 books of the King James Version of the Holy Bible. And for 10 points apiece, you are to name the books of the Bible. I'm reading the closing lines. First, make haste, my beloved, and be thou like to a roe or to a young hart.
That's the Song of Solomon.
Right.
Song of Solomon.
Song of Solomon. You don't have to rush me on a bonus. It's all yours. That's right. Those are the last lines. Now, what is the book of the Bible for which these are the last lines? And should not I spare Nineveh, that great city wherein are more than 60,000 persons that cannot discern between their right hand and their left hand, and also much cattle.
The book of Jonah?
That's right, for 10 points. The book of Jonah. Okay. In those days there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Judges?
Judges, right, for 10 points. Got it all. Now, before we move along to another toss-up question, let's find out what the stakes are in this game. Roger Tuttle.
Each week, Good Housekeeping magazine will award to the school of the winning team a $500 gift to be administered by the college. Now, it may go to a scholarship fund or to a campus activity. And each member of the losing team will receive an attractive, dependable Whitnor wristwatch, a distinguished member of the Longines Whitnor family of fine watches. Since 1866, maker of watches of the highest character. Well, those are the stakes. Now, with 20 and a half minutes to go, the score, Mount Holyoke 70, Syracuse is yet to be heard from. Let's get back to another toss-up, Alan.
All right, and I got a 35-point bonus coming up. Here we go with the toss-up. For 10 points, I want you to quote the 2 lines of poetry that immediately precede these 2 lines. The lines that precede these 2. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Syracuse.
Sally Kotorski.
My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June.
Right, for 10 points, Syracuse. You've got the 2 lines completed. And here's a chance at a 35-point bonus, Syracuse. You know, Syracuse psychologists tell us that a phobia is an exaggerated dread of a specific thing. Now, for 5 points apiece, tell me what is being feared in each of the following phobias. First of all, claustrophobia.
Charles Samuels.
That's closed places, tight, small closed
Right, 5 points. Acrophobia. Acrophobia.
Go ahead, Charles.
I think that's fear of water.
No, it's high places. Acrophobia. Acrophobia. High places, heights. All right. Xenophobia.
Xenophobia. Low places?
Fear of strangers or foreigners. Zoophobia.
Would you repeat that?
Zoophobia.
Fear of animals.
Right, for 5 points. Glossophobia.
Will you please repeat that? And
Glosso. G-L-O-S-S-O.
G-L-O...
Phobia. Glosso. It's fear of speech, speaking or words. All right. Phobophobia.
Fear of fear?
That's right. Fear of fear for 5 points. Triskaidekaphobia.
will you please spell that?
Triskaidekaphobia. Triskaidekaphobia. It's a fear of the number 13. Okay, score and time, Roger.
Well, Alan, we have no fear of numbers here. We have 18 and a half minutes to go. The score is now Mount Holyoke 70, Syracuse 25.
All right, I have a 30-point musical bonus coming up next. Here's the toss-up. Now listen carefully to this one. Listen. When a man sits with a pretty girl for an hour, it seems like a minute. But let him sit on a hot stove for a minute, and it's longer than any hour. Now, for 10 points, what theory do these observations... Syracuse.
Sally Kotorski.
That's the theory of relativity.
Einstein's theory of relativity. You interrupted, but you gave me the right answer, and so you got it. Incidentally, this is Einstein's own simplified explanation of his more complex theory. Okay, Syracuse, get out your papers and pencils. You'll need papers and pencils on this one. I'm going to ask you to do some simple arithmetic with numbers that are contained in the titles of the selections we're about to play. First, write down the number to be found in this title.
How many numbers? Well, that's right.
All right. Now, subtract the number contained in this title.
One. 5 dozen roses, that's right. One dozen.
All right. Now, multiply by the number contained in this title. Multiply. All right, now give me your numerical answer, Syracuse.
3622.
Which of you would?
You are to take the first number,
Yeah.
subtract the second, and multiply by the third. Numerical answer. Time is being called. Hurry.
3622.
No, 3600. Overture of 1812, subtracting 1 dozen, 12.
Well,
Multiplying by 2.
1 dozen is 12, not 1.
1 dozen is 12.
Yeah, well, that's where...
Yeah.
Okay.
1 dozen.
That's where the confusion arose.
1 is the number in the
Right,
title.
I'm out of them. 1 is the proper number there. Let's accept that. Yes, 1 is the number. 1 dozen is not a number. They should say 12. All right. We accept it. All right, that's... Oh, you pulled that one out of the fire. You got me in it. Okay, scoring time, Roger.
Right now, Alan, we have 16 minutes to go. Syracuse now has 65 against Mount Holyoke 70.
Okay, you did it. All right, here we go with a 30-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. Like Humpty Dumpty, Eoanthropus dawsoni has had a great fall. For 10 points, what happened to him? Syracuse.
Arlene Yar.
Does that refer to the fall of man, Alan?
Can you take it, Holyoke?
We'll try. Myra Mullen?
No, I didn't raise my...
All right, he was
Sorry,
exposed as a fake. He was exposed as a fake. Eoanthropus dawsoni is the scientific name for the Piltdown man, that supposed prehistoric specimen of an early man. Okay, here we go with the 30-point bonus still coming up. Here's your toss-up. For 10 points, who was the doctor who doctored up the works of Shakespeare with Mount Holyoke?
Betsy Winters.
Bowdler.
Bowdler is right. You interrupted it, but you got the right answer. I was going to say with the result that his name was adopted as a word in the English language. Dr. Thomas Bowdler. What's the word of the English language?
Bowdlerized.
Right, Bowdlerized. Here's your 30-point bonus, Mount Holyoke. You know, I'm glad you had this. Men have had a variety of things to say about womankind in general, and some women in particular. Now, for 10 points apiece, I want you to see if you can name the men who made the following comments. First of all, the philosopher who said, only the male intellect could call that undersized, narrow-shouldered, broad-hipped, and short-legged sex fair.
Hobbes?
What?
Hume? Hobbes. Nietzsche.
No. The German philosopher Schopenhauer.
Schopenhauer.
All right, tell me the songwriter who wrote, where she's narrow, she's as narrow as an arrow, and so forth.
Oh, that's from South Pacific.
Rogers, Hammerstein.
Rogers and
Hammerstein. Hammerstein is the answer. The words were written by Oscar Hammerstein II. All right, I'll accept it for 10 points. All right, tell me the poet for 10 points who wrote, an ill-favored thing, sir, but mine own.
Shakespeare?
Right, for 10 points. Shakespeare. Now, that needs to interrupt just a moment. I have an apology. You know, last week we asked a question about Smith, and one of them was to give us the first name of the Smith who married Pocahontas. Well, the answer we had and the answer we got was John Smith. But we have since received a flood of letters, and they've convinced us that it was John Rolfe and not John Smith who wedded the Indian princess. Now, I'm very sorry about the mistake. It would not have changed the outcome of the competition since it was in a bonus question. But I am very grateful for the interest of our listeners and the many letters we've had from them. I'm glad to know they're there and they're keeping us on the ball, and they really are. Okay, let's get along. Scoring time, Roger.
Right now, 13 minutes to go, Alan. Mount Holyoke has an even 100 against Syracuse's 65.
And I have a 30-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up. Animal was called the Desert Fox. For 10 points, what Revolutionary War general was called Syracuse.
Bob Cheeseman.
That's the called the Swamp Fox. It's William Marion. Marion's Raiders in Louisiana.
Oh, Marion. Should I accept it? Mr. McGregor? Swamp Fox, you got it. Marion is the right answer, but it was Francis. But I will accept General Marion would have been an acceptable answer, and he did say General, right?
Yes, sir.
I would have accepted General Marion. All right. I was to say who was called the Swamp Fox. Okay, Syracuse. Don't do me like that. All right, here's your 30-point bonus. Syracuse. Representatives from 24 nations have been meeting this week at the Asian African Conference in Bandung, Indonesia. For 10 points apiece, what country does each of the following Alis represent? First of all, Muhammad Ali.
Pakistan.
Right. Ali Amina.
Indonesia?
No, I think that's...
Oh, Iraq.
Time is called Iran.
Oh.
Iran. Ali Sastroami Jojo.
Iraq. Indonesia.
Indonesia, I'll accept it. I'll take on a bonus question the right answer when I hear it. Indonesia is the answer. I didn't even pronounce it right, I don't think.
Matter of fact, everybody's out of breath, Alan. Our whistle won't even work. But that's the half-time, and it is a whistle, Sam, isn't it? Which calls for a 1-minute timeout right now.
All right, and before we talk to the teams, I want to remind you something. You know, Good Housekeeping Magazine, the magazine that America lives by, awards the $500 weekly cash prize that goes to the college of the winning team each week here in our Radio Quiz Bowl. Now, let's take out a minute for time to talk to our teams here. First of all, I want to talk to the new team tonight, Syracuse. New, that is, in the view of the fact they haven't been on for a long time. Bob Cheeseman, what's this I hear about a campus chess carnival up there today?
Ellen, this campus chess carnival is given by the students every year. Fraternities, sororities, independent living centers, all build booths, have a regular fair on campus, and raise money for about 50 to 60 different worthy charities throughout the country. We even had a Ferris wheel, a full-size, life-size Ferris wheel on campus today.
How was business?
Business was crazy, so to speak.
You made a lot of money, huh?
Really had a roaring business. The second thing was, Alan, that everybody poured in here tonight after the campus carnival, which is, as you know, the chapel is right on the Oval.
Yeah.
And everybody poured in here to listen to you and to hear the campus quiz bowl.
And to listen to you. Let's hear from the audience of Syracuse. All right, fine. Certainly the campus chess carnival at Syracuse University is a big event. Now I want to go up to South Hadley, Massachusetts and talk to the remarkable girls from Mount Holyoke. Tonight, Myra Mullins. Myra.
I'm right here, Alan.
Myra, I'd like to meet your alternate. I understand you've had a young lady who's been standing by waiting to get on stage, as it were, and I'd like to meet her. I'm sure my friends all over the country would. What's her name?
That's right, Alan, and she's Marilyn Nellis, and she's really been wonderful. Here she is.
Marilyn Nellis, right?
Yes,
Marilyn, how are you classified at Mount Holyoke?
I'm a sophomore, Alan.
What's your major to be?
Chemistry.
Well, that's very fitting, then, I should talk to you, because I understand you have a new chemistry building up there, right?
Oh, Alan, we've had the most wonderful day.
Why?
We dedicated the new chemistry building today, and we had for our main speaker at the dedication ceremony the 1954 Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Linus Pauling.
Well, it's a very exciting day, and I understand it's been kind of an exciting week. Have you heard anything about that phone call that came from an elderly gentleman somewhere?
Oh, have I?
Quick, can you tell me about it real fast?
Well, the other morning we got this phone call from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, from a gentleman who said he was 92 years old, was making a speech, and he wanted to know for the speech who had said, "God made not anything at all so beautiful as words." One of our librarians found the answer, which was Anna Hempstead Branch. We phoned back, and he said he had asked because of the radio program, and sent us a check for $25 for our building fund.
Good.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's wonderful. You see, the College Quiz Bowl serves in many ways, and it looks like our time-up period is up. That's the whistle, so let's get back to the game, right?
Right, Alan, we have now 8 minutes to go. The score, Syracuse has 95, Mount Holyoke has 100 points even, back to another toss-up.
95 and 100. Okay, coming up is a 25-point bonus. The 25-point bonus, here's your toss-up. Her first three names are Elizabeth Alexandra Mary. Holyoke.
Barbara Klickstein.
Queen Elizabeth II.
I penalize you 5 points, Mount Holyoke. Repeat the whole question for Syracuse. Her first three names are Elizabeth Alexandra Mary. What's her last name, Syracuse?
Sally
Windsor.
Kotorski.
Sally?
Well, it was Windsor. It would now be probably Mountbatten.
No, I'm sorry.
No?
You missed it. You missed it. It is now Windsor. It was Mountbatten, but it has been officially changed back to Windsor. Okay. Still coming up is a 25-point bonus, and here's a musical toss-up. Here is a musical toss-up. Now listen very carefully. I'm about to play a currently popular record. The initials of the gentleman featured on this record also stand for a familiar musical symbol. Now you are to signal as soon as you can tell us how a musician would play if he followed the instructions given by the symbol. All right. Holyoke.
Barbara Klickstein.
He would go back and play back again till about the middle.
No, I'm sorry. Can you take it, Syracuse? No.
Very soft.
Very softly. Very softly. You got it, Syracuse. Perez Prado, his initials PP, the symbol meaning very softly, and that is what I wanted. All right, here's your 25-point bonus, Syracuse. In the nursery rhymes, the dish ran away with the spoon. In the 23rd Psalm, my cup runneth over. Now, for a quick 5 points apiece, identify the following fictional receptacles. The one that was bound with iron and covered with moss. 5 points apiece. Quickly. Bucket. I said it first. I'm sorry. I said it first. Bucket. All right. The one in which Jim Hawkins hid.
The apple barrel.
Right, for 5 points. The one in which Mr. and Mrs. Vinegar lived.
That's a keg, isn't it? A keg.
A vinegar keg?
Yes.
I'll accept it. Keg, bottle, a vinegar bottle or a vinegar keg is okay for the nursery rhyme. All right. The one described in these words. Oh, attic-shaped fair attitude with greed of...
Urn.
Grecian urn. Keats' poem, Ode to on a Grecian urn. All right, and finally, the two receptacles mentioned in a familiar aphorism. The two receptacles mentioned in a familiar aphorism.
A pot and a kettle.
Right, a pot and a kettle. The pot calling the kettle black. Score in time now, Roger.
5.5 minutes to go. Syracuse now leads with 125 against Mount Holyoke's 95.
All right, I've got a 30-point musical bonus in the offing. Here is your toss-up for 10 points. What did the Dodgers do Thursday afternoon? Holyoke.
Barbara Klickstein.
They won 10 straight.
They won 10 straight, and that's the answer for 10 points. Okay, here's a musical bonus for you, Holyoke. A musical recognition question. 30 points total value. All you have to do now is recognize the voices of 3 famous offsprings of 3 famous parents. 10 points each time you correctly identify the famous parents. Now get that. I want the parents' names, the voices you hear, but I will accept only one answer from a team. So as you listen to the music, talk it over and signal when you've decided on your team's one answer. You must work fast. Let me hear you talk, but talk as the music plays. All right? I want the parents' name of this singer. The parents' name of the singer. All right. Give me your team.
Marlena Dietrich.
Oh, no. No, Harry Truman. Harry Truman. That was Margaret Truman singing. I never knew. All right. I want the parent's name, the famous parent, the parent of this singer is very famous. Who is the parent of this singer? This singer.
Summer breeze, whirring of a meadowlark.
I want the parent's name, Holyoke. All right, time is called. Let me hear you. What's your answer?
We don't know.
Dick Whiting. Richard Whiting is the father of Margaret Whiting, who was singing. Richard Whiting is a famous composer, all right?
There's a small hotel.
Is that Bing Crosby?
That is Bing Crosby, the parent, the son, Gary, singing. All right, score in time now, Roger.
All right, now, Alan, 3.5 minutes to go. Mount Holyoke now has 115 against Syracuse's 125.
I've got a 20-point bonus that you can turn into a 30-point bonus coming up. Here's your toss-up for 10 points. Who crowned Napoleon at the Petite Syracuse?
Sally Kotorski.
He crowned himself.
That's the answer. That's the answer. I was asked to crown Napoleon at the Cathedral of Notre Dame de Paris on December 2nd, 1804. He crowned himself. He took the crown away from the Pope and did it himself. All right, Syracuse. Here we go. We got to get going. I'm going to read a quotation from a letter. I'll give you 20 points if you can name both the recipient and the sender of the letter, and I'll give you 10 more points if you can tell me the year it was sent. Talk your answer over among yourselves and signal when you're ready, but here first is the letter. Some recent work by E. Fermi and L. Szilard, which has been communicated to me in manuscript, leads me to expect that the element of uranium may be turned into a new and important source of energy in the immediate future. I want the recipient and the sender, first of all. Who wrote it? Who wrote it?
Einstein?
All right, who got it?
Oppenheimer?
No.
Who else?
Niels Bohr.
All right.
Strauss.
All right, Mr. McGregor, time is called. No, wait. All right.
It would be 1937.
No, you missed it all. Einstein wrote it to Roosevelt in 1939. August 2nd. All right, here we go with another toss-up question. Score and time, Roger.
Right now, Ellen, 2 minutes to go. Syracuse now has 135 against Mount Holyoke 115.
All right, here we go with a bonus question worth 40 points. You could make 40 points in this next bonus question. Here we go. I'm going to give you some time intervals. 500 seconds, 500 minutes, 500 hours, 500 days. For 10 points, which time interval is approximately the time required for the sun's light to reach the earth? Syracuse.
500 seconds.
500 seconds is right, about 8 minutes. Okay, Syracuse, you got 10 points for that toss-up. Now, you know, everybody knows that Rome was built on 7 hills. Well, I'm going to give you 5 points for every one of the hills you can name. That'll be 35 points, and I'd give you 40 if you name all 7.
Palatine. Capitoline.
All right. That's 2.
Palatine, Capitoline.
Mr. McGregor? Time? All right, time is called. Palatine, Capitoline, 10 points for that. Aventine, Celian, Quirinal, Viminal, and Esquiline. All right. All right, here we go with a toss-up question. A bonus question worth 30 points is coming up. In the forthcoming British elections, the present member of the Epping Division of Essex near London, Mount Holyoke, Ellen Richards.
Will be Winston Churchill running for re-election to...
That is the answer I was seeking. 10 points for you, Mount Holyoke. Here's a 30-point bonus for you. Tipperary is a county in south-central Ireland. For 10 points apiece, what and where are each of the following? Tampico.
Tampico, Mexico.
That's in Mexico. It's a
What?
seaport in Mexico.
A seaport in Mexico for 10 points. Timbuktu.
That's in Africa.
Oasis.
All right, I will not accept Africa. It is a town in French West Africa. All right. Now, Tippecanoe.
Oh, that's
a place where there was on a battle during the...
I want to know what it is and where it
In
is.
the United States.
A river.
A river in the United
United
States or
States.
Indiana to be exact. I'll accept it for 10 points. All right, a 30-point bonus is coming up. Score and time. Oh.
I'm sorry, Alan. That's it. Time is up. The game is over for this week. The final score in the College Quiz Bowl tonight is 145 points for Mount Holyoke and 155 points for Syracuse University, the winner.
Hey, Alan.
Yeah.
To each...
Alan, let's call those gals up there. They're great.
All right, hold it.
To each member of the Mount Holyoke College team, it's our pleasure to award an attractive and dependable Whitnor wristwatch, a distinguished member of the Longines Whitnor family of fine watches. Since 1866, makers of watches of the highest character. For fielding the winning team tonight, Syracuse University will receive a $500 gift from Good Housekeeping magazine to be administered by the college. And these varsity scholars from Syracuse will return next week to meet Goucher College in Baltimore, Maryland, in this new All-American quiz game. Once again, your master of the quiz, Alan.
Well, I'm a little breathless, but I want to congratulate the girls at Mount Holyoke. You have racked up a remarkable record. Myra Mullins, Barbara Klickstein, Ellen Richards, Betsy Winters, and Marilyn Nellis. It's been a great pleasure to have you here in the College Quiz Bowl. Syracuse, you were sensational again. Next week, you meet Goucher. Syracuse meets Goucher. And in the following week, we're going to have the varsity scholars from Fordham University in New York City here in the College Quiz Bowl. So I invite you to join us next week and every week for an exciting game here in the College Quiz Bowl. It's a great pleasure to know you're with us. We appreciate your interest. This is Alan Ludden saying now, so long, everybody.
Your referees tonight were, for Syracuse, Bob Whitney of station WSYR, Syracuse, New York. And for Mount Holyoke College, Bruce Kern, station WTIC in Hartford, Connecticut. College Quiz Bowl is an NBC Radio Network presentation, originated and produced by John Moses and Don Reed, written by Nancy Fold and directed by Ken McGregor. This is Roger Tuttle speaking.